How you doing, everybody? This is Dave. I've got some real concerns coming up. We've got this election going on, and yeah, it's a whole lot of name tossing back and forth. But I want to give you a thought. You know, the Biden administration has sent billions upon billions of dollars over to Ukraine to aid in war effort. While they're doing that, you remember back here, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, Hunter Biden was involved with business dealings in Ukraine. I personally feel that the business dealings and the money that we're sending, that's just a big washing machine. I believe a whole lot of it's coming back to the United States, to the Biden family, along with other parties, including the Clintons, Soros, and a few other people. We have no business sending money to Ukraine when we have American veterans sleeping on the street. You know, we don't know Ukraine anything at all. Nothing. But we do owe our veterans, regardless of who their political affiliation is with and who they represent. We owe them everything because it is for them that we have the freedoms that we do have. And our freedoms are being taken away from us as we speak. You know, is Trump the best candidate for presidency? No, I don't believe he is. Is he better than Harris? Yes, he is. I feel that under Harris administration, I feel that everything in this country is going to get 10 times worse. And my fear is, as an American, that if she is elected into office, we are going to face a civil war in this country. And that's a honest fear. I know people far and wide, and I know people all over the United States. I know people in different countries, and the people that I know, I'm getting different things from, and I'm really concerned about the direction that this country's going in. Like I said, I don't think that Donald Trump is the best candidate that we could have. I think it, and I think if we was going to have a woman president, I think it should have been Candace Owens running. I feel that Donald Trump's arrogance and failure to use his office as he should have the last term has put us in the predicament that we are in. Trump had a whole lot of authority with him, and granted, he did do some things. But I want you to look at the wall in Texas. He started building a wall. The Democrats of this country are the ones that stopped that. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, it's inhumane. It's this, it's that. They had ACO up there and had her questioning a guy about the legality of how somebody was arrested when they crossed the border illegally. You can't fix stupid. I don't care what you do. This situation here, the whole situation with our country as it is now, we can go back. And if you look and listen to me and pay attention, you might learn something. Go back to the Clinton administration. When Bill Clinton got out of office, we had zero deficit. Zero national deficit. Zero. 3 months after he left office, 67% of our factories jumped ship in America and went to other countries. The reason being was China and the rest of the countries that we owed all this money to, they come to the United States and they said, hey, look, we'll wipe your debt clean as long as you sign this free trade embargo. And it was done on the grounds that they were hoping enough companies would go out of this country that it would completely bankrupt the United States. Completely. We're not a sovereignty anymore. We don't have any money. Our money is printed on false hopes and dreams. Used to be we had a gold standard that our money was backed by. It's no longer backed by that. They just print money like it's nothing. It's paper. Our currency is not worth what it is printed on. I want you to think about what's going to happen when our dollar is worth less than the peso. You have a presidential candidate right now that is running, trying to set things up for immigration. And I'm going to name her, Harris. Harris has no concept of what is actually going on in the United States at all. I think she's a very smart woman. But I also think she's conniving. And I think that if she's got in office, I think the situation with our country and the way it is now, you won't recognize it. The people that are living in poverty now will be tenfold more or 100-fold more than what is living in poverty now. It is a fact that a Democrat has never raised our military pay, ever. The only people that have ever done that is Republicans. If you put her in office as an American, I'm afraid we're going to face a civil war. And I feel like we're going to face it because of how the food rationing is going to be. I'm too young to remember the 70 gas crisis. I was born in the 70s, but I feel like our food's going to be like that. Instead of you getting gas on, say, Wednesdays and Fridays, I think you'll only be able to get groceries on Wednesdays and Fridays. I feel like that our power is being taken away from us. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm going to vote for him. I'm going to pick the lesser of two evils because at least Trump was for the American people. He started the border wall. He actually started it. And Democrats stopped it. Democrats stopped it. Now they're running on, well, we need to fix this problem, and they do that every time. Every single time. They have, if something is going on, they want it stopped until it's time for them to take credit for something. They're taking credit for jobs created. There ain't been no jobs created during the Biden administration. That is a flat-out lie. It's a lie. The jobs that have supposedly been created were the jobs that were hemmed up because of COVID. And people went back to work. That's what they're running on. They're running on, oh, well, look, we created these jobs. No, you didn't. The only thing you done was opened up that from COVID and started reproducing the way we were. I bet you, in all honesty, if any jobs have been created during the Biden administration, it's less than 20,000 jobs. That wouldn't supply the county that I live in or the next city closest to where I live. I want you to consider, as an American, I want you to consider what's actually going on in this country. You've got Korea that appears with every bit of what my knowledge that they're joining teams with Russia. If they're joining teams with Russia, that is the start of a third world war. Pay attention to what's going on in the world. I mean, we can't keep sending billions of dollars to other countries when we've got people in our own country that don't even have food or have a place to stay. You know, the homeless in America has expanded tremendously. In my small town, I ran into a boy the other day, and I'm not going to mention his name. He had just got out of the hospital. The police had got him and took him to the hospital. They found him sleeping underneath a bridge. This is a boy that grew up in this community. He's homeless. He doesn't have anywhere to live. He doesn't have anybody to look out for him. And I believe if things continue the way it's going, I believe it's going to be a whole lot worse. And honest to God, it's my true believing that if Harris is elected, it's going to be the start of a civil war. And I feel like it's probably going to start in the Northwest. And, you know, I'm scared. I'm scared for my family. This is some scary times here. And we keep living on borrowed time. I mean, even if a war don't break out in the States, you've got Russia and North Korea joining forces. They showed North Korean soldiers training with Russians this morning on TV. I want you to think about what direction our country's going in. And I want you to kiss your kids goodnight. And I want you to think about what their future's going to be. President Trump will get us through. Kamala Harris, that's a scary situation. Everybody thinks that Obama is the one calling the strings with the Biden administration, and I really don't think he is. I'll tell you. I think that George Soros and Bill Gates are big factors in that. And if you do your research, most of the agricultural land that has been bought in the last 7 years out west, and I'm talking about thousands upon thousands of acres, has been bought by either Bill Gates or a subsidiary company of his. What's Bill Gates, a computer engineer, want with farmland? I feel like we should have forensics accountant go in, and everybody that works for the United States government, they have to file and have an investigation done with a forensics accountant. How do you get multiple millions of dollars on a $275,000 salary a year? And it's supposed to be in public service. You don't go into public service to get rich. You go into public service to help the people. And we're not getting that help. The Boston Tea Party was taxation without representation. And that's what I'm seeing now. We're getting taxed and we're not being represented at all. The rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. You want to talk about Donald Trump giving the billionaires tax breaks. You know, he's never struggled for money. Matter of fact, I read up somewhere one time that he borrowed $1 million off of his dad to buy a piece of property, and that's how he really got started. But he built that into an empire. He built that into $1 billion empire. And he's not done. The United States is a business. And it's incorporated. It is a business. And he knows how to run a business. Do I care for his antics? No. Do I think he's the best person that could fill that position? No. But I do feel like he's the best candidate that we have. It's with all my heart that I hope I'm wrong in this video. It's with everything in me that I pray that it doesn't come down to what it appears it's going to come down to. But if Harris gets in office, one of two things is going to happen, if not both things. Either it's going to be a civil war in this country, or it's going to be World War III. And either way, Americans is going to get pulled into it. Like I said, we don't owe illegal immigrants and refugees nothing at all. We owe our American service people everything. We owe our veterans everything. I know I don't say it enough, but if you serve this country, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your dedication. I want to thank you for your time. And I really want you to understand that I appreciate you no matter who you vote for, because you put your life on the line for me to enjoy what few luxuries that I am able to afford. I want to thank you. I wish I could have done it. It's with a heavy heart that I'm posting this video. And it's a very, very scary time for the world. Take care of each other. And I hope it doesn't come to that. But keep in mind everything I said. Y'all have a good night.